AI is ubiquitous. You cannot wake up in the morning and go throughout your day without interacting or using AI in some capacity. The big players have pretty much dominated when they talk about Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta, Google, and of course, OpenAI with their chatgpt, which is still the king of the AI space in terms of performance and all the capabilities that it can do. But that American dominance may be threatened by China, especially when you look at the upstart that released their AI model called DeepSeek. The buzz around it was that this was a great invention because it was able to achieve great performance and capabilities at a fraction of the cost. Now, when that cost was revealed, I was a little skeptical about how it was done, and it looks like now we are trying to get some validation around that. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the financials behind DeepSeek and take a look at and see if that number that they came out with really passes the smell test. All right, but before we dive deep into all the information, if you're new to this channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, you landed at the right place. Do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you enjoy this type of content, hit that like button. All right, let's dive into this right here. All right, so first article here. DeepSeek might not be as disruptive as claimed. Firm reportedly has 50,000 NVIDIA GPUs and spent $1.6 billion on build-outs. Now, this is coming out of Tom's Hardware. So, just a little quick background. So, about the weekend before January 27th, so around the 24th or so, we started to get word about a new AI that was coming out of China called DeepSeek. And then once we got wind of it, it released, then we talked about how cheap it was to produce. And then we seen what happened with the stock market, the tech stocks that following Monday. I'll get into that in just a little bit later. But the buzz around it was that they were able to actually produce this for around $6 million. Yeah, $6 million compared to the billions of dollars that the big guys have spent over the past couple years in order to get AI to the point of where it is now. So of course, when you hear a $6 million figure, that made investors really panic, and that was sent the tech stocks into a fizzy, and just went down the past week. But let's go into this a little bit more. So an AI model called R1, a model that is believed to be competitive with OpenAI's O1, despite the company's claim that DeepSeek only cost $6 million and 2,400 GPUs to train. However, industry analyst firm SemiAnalysis report that the company behind DeepSeek incurred $1.6 billion in hardware costs and has a fleet of 50,000 NVIDIA Hopper GPUs. So that includes 50,000, the 50,000 includes 10,000 H800s, 10,000 H100s with an additional H20 units purchased for that. So the company's total capital investment in servers is around $1.6 billion with an estimated $944 million spent on operating costs. So the $6 million that they were telling you is obviously not the real cost. And the article goes into that a little bit in just a little bit. So in reality, like I said here, $1.6 billion, including the hardware costs and the operating costs, which they failed to mention in that initial $6 million. So, like I said, when I first heard this number, I was a little bit skeptical around this AI model and how they were able to do it for that cheap. But again, $1.6 billion is a lot of money, but it's still cheaper than the billions of dollars that, OpenAI, Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, and Google have spent so far. But again, this is still competition for the big boys out there. And again, healthy competition is always good. So let's go a little bit further here. DeepSeek originates from Highflyer, a Chinese hedge fund that adopted AI early and heavily invested in GPUs. Despite claims that this is a minor offshoot, the company has invested over $500 million into this technology. So, and the thing about DeepSeek is that obviously they're a smaller company, but it's also an open source AI model. So it's available for people out there to use. You don't have to worry about it being closed source as most of the other ones are out there. So that's a good thing. And another good thing about it, that this is a smaller company. They're very able to run agile. They're able to turn on a dime much quicker than the bigger companies out there. So they're able to adopt pretty quickly and adopt new technologies and be able to come up with something a little bit faster than what you see from the big boys. So that's one of the advantages of, so those are a couple of advantages of DeepSeek and what this Chinese company is doing. You continue here. A recent claim that DeepSeek trained its latest model for just $6 million has much fuel of the hype. However, this figure refers only to the portion of the total training cost, specifically the GPU time required for pre-training. It does not account for research model refinement, data processing, or overall infrastructure expenses. So obviously they failed to report those numbers, would make the $6 million look very, very, very well compared to what the actual costs are. In reality, DeepSeek has spent well over $500 million on AI development since its inception. Unlike larger firms burdened by bureaucracy, DeepSeek's lean structure enables it to push forward aggressively in AI innovation. So yeah, just like I said, they're able to push forward and do things a little bit faster because they don't have that big behemoth of a corporation where you have all this red tape and everything that has to be funneled through, but they were able to do that. But again, their cost that they're saying is not as low as they claim it was. And I knew something was wrong. I just didn't know what it was. But thanks to this firm, SemiAnalysis, able to get their hands on this analysis information and give that to us so we can actually see the real numbers. But it looks like some of the shine on DeepSeek is starting to run out, because over the past week, we've been starting to hear a lot of different things about it, from censorship to privacy to hacking and everything. Just want to go over a few more articles real quick just to show you. So DeepSeek R1 can generate more harmful content in other AI studies find. So on Friday, a security report from Encrypt AI provided another reason to avoid the viral Chinese AI product. DeepSeek R1 is more likely to generate harmful and troubling content than its main rivals. So again, that's another reason why I think there's some hesitation around adopting this model so prevalently. Let's go over to the next one here. The first major DeepSeek hack might have already happened. So again, they were hacked big time. Here, Wiz Research has identified a publicly accessible ClickHouse database belonging to DeepSeek, which allows full control over the database operations, including the ability to access internal data. The exposure includes over 1 million lines of log streams containing chat history, secret keys, back-end detail, and other highly sensitive information. So again, this firm here did not secure this database well enough, and hackers are able to get into that. Another one here, DeepSeek starts getting pulled from app stores as privacy investigations get underway. So if you're not familiar, there's a lot of concern about what is going on with this data. Since it is based in China, is your information being sent back to China? And that does look like the case that if you are using this, they are gathering a lot of information about you, a lot of private and sensitive information about you, and sending that back to China. So another one, DeepSeek censorship is a warning shot and a wake-up call. So a lot of censorship obviously here, and if you go into China, you know that this is heavily censored. Their internet is heavily censored. So especially around the main topics when you want to talk about Tiananmen Square, what happened there, DeepSeek does not let you actually search for that. So that is another reason or another hesitation as to why this model should probably be avoided. Another one here, OpenAI says it has evidence DeepSeek used chatgpt to train its AI. So again, following the typical Chinese model, we're still what we can, but OpenAI has been doing the same thing. They've been scraping the web, scraping the data from the web to train their models. And looks like DeepSeek just said, you know what, forget going to the web. We're just going to scrape it right from OpenAI and just do it that way. So, well, I guess what goes around comes around. But yeah, so those are a lot of the reasons why DeepSeek is like I said, the shine on it is starting to wear up. The privacy concerns, the hacking, the stealing of data from OpenAI, all this stuff, the harmful content that you can get is all of the reasons why I myself have not used this model yet. But again, the cat is out of the bag. Now, they haven't had to spend as much money as some of the big boys, so what they're able to do is still very impressive. I've seen performance go both ways. I've seen not so great performance numbers, and I've seen great performance as it's able to compete with ChatGPT in certain areas. So that competition is really good. And as I stated before, it caused the tech stock to really stumble. And we see here Nvidia, when that news came out on the 27th, their stock dropped huge from 148 was the open, and by the close it was $118. They took a $600 billion hit on that news, and you can see here it continued to go down for a couple more days after that. That was just $600 billion on the one day. So a lot of money was lost from Nvidia. But again, they're still a $1 trillion corporation. They're still very well endowed with a lot of money, so they'll be able to bounce back. But the AI race is still heating up, as again, China has stepped their foot into this. So again, competition is great. So we'll see how OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, and Meta are able to respond to what is going on here. But let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. What do you think about DeepSeek? Have you used it? Let me know what are your results down in the comment section down below. Once again, thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. If you enjoy this type of content and stay up to date with the latest tech news, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button if you enjoy this type of content. And chances are, if you enjoy this type of content, you may have friends or family that enjoy this as well. So make sure you share that with them. Also, if you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, head over to soundsnerdy.com, where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web, covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website soundsnerdy.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos right here. And until next video, guys, stay nerdy.